get this message out to as many people as possible. So please hit the like button now, hit the share button now. And, if you love this ministry, then vote with your click. Vote love with your click. 2 clicks, like, share. That equals digital love. And we love you right back for
Love it.
doing so. So, joining me today is Apostle Joshua, as we've always said. Apostle, just say hi to everybody again.
Hello, guys. God bless you. Glad to be here.
Wonderful. So today we're talking about a technological dictatorship is coming. And also, this is going to be news to you. I'm sharing this with you for the first time. But, in England, we have had a talk show, well, a comedian, I guess, recently become quite a rising voice in the conservative movement, even though he's a liberal still. He, self-proclaimed socialist, crazy hair. Don't know if you know Russell Brand, crazy hair guy.
Yeah, seen a little bit. Yeah.
Married an American. What's the American's name?
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry,
Yeah.
and then they got divorced subsequently. But he quit drugs, quit alcohol, became this really kind of we don't really know what he is now. He has these kind of conservative leanings where he's now beginning to question the establishment on everything from the Vaki that we can't say the full word of, the Russia Ukraine war, the establishment, the big pharma, big tech. I mean, he's really come out swinging against these things. And so recently, although the establishment media in the UK loved this man, recently they've just launched an all-out campaign. I mean, deliberately going to his exes, asking for anyone who will say, basically, that Russell Brand raped them. And
Wow.
so far, 3 people have come forth, or 4, and they've all done this Channel 4 documentary where none of them were actually in the documentary. They were all actors representing them, and they basically claim that they were raped. And it just rings of that Supreme Court justice case where I can't remember the Supreme Court justice's name, where he was taken through the ringer and had people come out accuse him of rape as well. Now, what's really interesting is he has just been demonetized by YouTube. He's been demonetized by Facebook, and he's been demonetized by TikTok. British government has written to all 3 of them asking to demonetize him, which basically means that they're trying their best to shut down all his financial pipelines.
Mm.
And so he's now the only people that haven't shut him down. And same thing happened to Clarence Thomas. That's not who I was talking about, but same thing happened to him as well. But he's now been demonetized except for Rumble and, as you know, Twitter, or X, which is now owned by Elon Musk. Now, what's really interesting about this is a couple of years ago, the Lord gave me a prophecy about a new technocratic rulership that was going to rule by manipulation, using technology to force compliance or not. Now, we're talking about a man who is a spiritualist. Russell Brand believes in every kind of faith there is. One week he's talking about Jesus, next week he's talking about Siddhartha Gautama, next week he's talking about Buddha. Deeply confused on his spiritual faith and values. But we're talking about a man here who has basically come out and spoken against the establishment and dissented from the narrative. It's like walked away from the, Russia bad, Ukraine good, COVID vaccine good, everything else bad. He's kind of moved away from all of that stuff. And because of it, he's now in hot soup. Mm-hmm. So if that's the case with him, I guess my question is, what hope have the truth-telling Christians in the next few years around the world? Talk to us a little bit about what you see.
My goodness, just you telling me that. I don't know anything about the story, but I heard smear campaign. And so I know that they're creating something, behind the scenes to really, I see a shift happening within him. There's a battle for his soul in that sense. And so when someone carries that level of influence, the enemy, especially if they start to shift to a conservative view or even a godly view, they want to shut down that voice as much as possible. And so they always go for the pockets. And so, that's powerful what you said, Apostle, because the manipulation that, Satan traffics in deception, manipulation, and confusion, and anything he can do to get his hands on in that area, he will try to, weaponize it against people, especially those who want to stand up for the truth and the gospel.
Absolutely. So given all of that, given the fact that we're now in an age of kind of a technological dictatorship where the apparatus that is supposed to be privately owned, like your bank, like your social security number, like your private funding for your favorite charity at GoFundMe.com, we've seen those being turned against people who don't agree with the narrative. Like, what does that mean for us in the future? Like, if we can extrapolate that, like 5, 10 years from now, with technology as it is, can you tell us what you can predict is going to come down the horizon?
Yeah, so I see a lot of control, even from, like you said, controlling the narrative of AI. When I was praying earlier today, this is one of the things that I heard from the Lord. I said that I heard that there's coming a time where AI will become so superior, people will begin to worship it, put their trust
Wow.
into it, and even religious groups will be created from it.
Oh
And so
my goodness.
it was crazy. And I'm sitting here looking at this as God has taken me in vision to see what will come, so to speak, right? I start to think, okay, God, where's the redemptive nature and power in this, right? Because there's always a redeeming aspect God wants to bring forth. And
Right.
so I know He will bring forth something. But when I begin to see like the way they want to control everything, you have to be very careful in having your eggs all in one basket. If they decide to shut down Cash App, how many people are going to lose a lot of money? What about PayPal? PayPal went through something last year, I think it was, or the year before. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So as I begin to see that Wells Fargo losing all this money, people, getting money, removed from their accounts, we have to really be wise in every place that we have our finances in. And that's why I believe that when we see in Ecclesiastes talking about cast your bread upon many waters, invest in 7 ventures, yet 8, because you don't know what's going to hit the earth, having a diversification in those areas, but done by the Spirit. And then really having a backing in the foundation where we see Abraham was very rich in gold, cattle, silver. Those
Yes.
things were like a true foundation of what real wealth is.
Praise God. Wow, that's incredible. So you see people actually worshiping AI in the future.
Yeah, I saw that today.
Have you seen how that would look like?
It was so wild that the way the structure and the output became so powerful, so crazy that people began to worship it, even its outputs or whatever would come out of it. And I don't know if they're going to put that into, like iRobot or whatnot, but I saw the way that they were going to begin to worship, and even religious sects would be created from the aspect of that for the intelligence that was coming forth.
Wow. I actually believe so much of that. I believe that AI is not only going to be worshipped as God, I believe it's going to make us gods in a certain way where we're going to begin to worship ourselves because of the level of upgrade that AI is going to bring into our lives. Like, we're going to live longer, we're going to virtually erase time. We're going to begin to communicate at thought level, thought waves, and what was previously impossible, like socialism, is going to be a lot more possible in a day where those who have rule over us are going to say, well, we're not the ones in charge. We've left a computer in charge. And that computer has statistically said that the world's going to end in this many days if we don't get this thing right. AI is a very interesting game because, there was that case where Candace Owens, I don't know if you watched it, she typed into ChatGPT, who is Muhammad? And it came up with, first of all, she typed, who's Jesus Christ? And it came up, Jesus Christ is a fictional character, blah, blah, blah. Then it said, who is Muhammad? And it came up with Muhammad is, the prophet of Allah. He's this, this. And so you realize this AI is already biased. It's already set by default because it's originally programmed by liberals. So it's set by default against Christian and conservative thought. And so, my challenge to the prophets is, okay, tell us the picture, but also tell us what we can do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but this is a bootleg. I'm going to show you because I don't know how to do screen sharing yet. I haven't yet risen to your level. But this is a bootleg of a newspaper article. There you see Daily Mail. It
Mhm.
says, it raised my concerns with what the vaccine contains. British Black Panther star Letitia Wright doubles down on COVID anti-vax video by prophet, in, in air quotes,
Yeah.
who asks if vaccine will implant 5G antennas inside people, which was a lie, by the way. And this person is none other than yours
Oh,
truly. And
oh,
you can see they chose the most hideous mugshot
oh, no.
of me to demonstrate this point. But here is Letitia Wright, the Black Panther actress. And this was me a couple of years ago. I think we're going back to 2020, December, COVID time, 3 years ago now. I was in every newspaper in the world, not exaggerating, for like 48 hours. And Twitter was just a horrible place to be because people were wishing my death, trying to dox me, find out my address, where I live, claiming that I ruined this young actress's life because she shared my video. But let me tell you what happened. A large sum of our income was coming in through YouTube. We were making a lot of income through our monetization process of YouTube, which it gives you, as you know, the ability to do so. During COVID, that was a huge income stream for us because we weren't, doing traveling or doing what we normally do to generate income. So good income was coming in through our YouTube channel. After this video went out, YouTube put out everywhere demonetized. And so to date, my YouTube channel is still not monetized.
Wow.
Even though it says I'm earning income, I don't actually have a Google ad account. And every time I talk to them at Google, I mean, they're like demons.
Yeah.
They just respond with, "Get over it. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah.
Goodbye." I mean, I can show you the transcripts of the things they've said to me
Yeah.
because they just the level of control that we are in right now in this day and age. Let's face it, if it touches Christians' bank accounts, like what are we willing to say when it's like choosing between putting our kids through school versus living a lie? Can you talk to us about some of that social compliance and what that might look like?
Well, you just reminded me of something that happened to me with Google a while back. It was the first time I had to deal with them. I was on the phone because they shut down one of my ad accounts. And the guy literally manifested on a phone, like laughing so hardcore because
Oh
my,
my
my
goodness.
screen name had Jesus in it, right? And he says, "Wasn't Jesus a pacifist?" And I told him, "I'll show you the part where he flips tables if you keep messing with me."
Oh
Because
my
I
God.
was so mad. And I prayed and God dealt with it. But I was like, oh my gosh, this control aspect is so crazy. And I caught a word you said a minute ago where you said that things will begin to move at the speed of thought.
Mhm.
And that's so powerful because in the spirit realm, that's how it happens. You
Yeah.
move at the speed of thought. If I think it, I'm there. And you reminded me of something that took place during COVID where I had seen AI glasses that were created. And when they were created for the purpose of controlling people.
Wow.
And these glasses, now, to give you a biology background in the sense of striations in the brain or your neural pathways. When you learn to ride a bike, you're all wobbly, you're all over the place. But as you start to learn, those pathways are created so that it can help your body, obviously, ride the bike. Well, what I saw these glasses do was begin to project thoughts into your mind to change your neural pathways so they can control you.
Oh
And
my goodness.
it was crazy. And I saw the doctor who knocked on my hotel room door to give me those glasses, and I won't say his name, but it was crazy. And I was like, what is coming? These people are looking to control every aspect they can, even from the form of technology, entertainment. Whatever they can think of to get a loop on you, they will do it. I mean, they've already done it through social media. I mean, you can't wait to look at that bell notification. You can't wait to look at who liked your page, how many views. That is creating I think it's a dopamine response. And so
Is
they
it?
know that if they, spark that little button, that you're going to jump right back on that phone and you've become a slave to the system. So they indoctrinate you in so many different ways. And so it's imperative for Christians to have a good balance here, but also hear what the Lord is saying and what we need to do to move forward.
Powerful. Well, briefly, let's talk about New York, and then maybe you can share this video. By the way, everybody, please hit the share button. We're at 359. Let's try and get to like 500 to 1,000. You can help us do that by hitting the share button. Let's read some of these comments. Hello, good evening, apostles. I'm watching from Worcester, MA. What's MA?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Welcome. Uh, Uni, Unime says, watching. Hello from Nigeria. Hi.
Hello.
Kathy said, that's so bad. And Flower said, my God. Uh, um, uh, so, guys, please keep sharing with us your comments and let us know what you think about what we're saying so far. Christina said, yes, it's a dopamine response. Hello from Detroit, watching from Nigeria. Blessings. So these things are already upon us, right? I want to talk about the RoboCop that's now hit the streets of New York. If you live in New York City, the mayor of New York has literally rolled out RoboCop. That's right, a police officer that basically is soon going to be patrolling, well, is already patrolling the streets of New York, surveilling and gathering crime reports. Now, this AI is saying that it's not going to record what crimes have been committed, but it's got a camera on top of its head, ironically, and you could face a penalty or go to jail for attacking it, which means that this robot now has rights.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the fact that AI is soon going to replace human beings. And we're already beginning to see the movement towards the policing sector being policed by automated machines. We're seeing wars. We've already saw the rollout of wars where you fly unmanned AI machines to different countries and they blow up things from the comfort of somebody's bunker in the United States of America. Now we're talking about machines that are going to be in the future stronger than us, able to aim and shoot with greater precision and focus than a human being and hit targets with mathematical precision.
Yeah, that's powerful.
We're talking about the fact that they're going to be fully automated and sentient and have learning experiences. Elon Musk actually put out in Congress, in a closed-door Congress meeting, that AI poses an existential threat to humanity if it's not reined in now.
Yeah.
Like this AI robot for me is a scary thing, even though it looks a bit like Blobby right now. It's only going to get better and improve and become more humanoid. It's scary to me because police enforcement will no longer have human elements. It will now have a fully automated, more capable machine running the police force. So talk to us about this.
Yeah. So, when you said that to me earlier today, it came to me the weapons race. It's the next arms race. That's the word that came to me. Next arms race we're in is AI, and it's serious. I mean, we're literally in a battle for who can weaponize what and at a faster rate, and whoever does controls the narrative. And so to see, this, and I have it screen shared if you want to show the people.
Go ahead. Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah, just give
See?
yeah, right there. And so when you see this, you're like, wow, this is kind of wild. These are going to be patrolling the streets. A lot of things could be happening from that. You see, if you ever watched the movie Jason Bourne, you see cameras everywhere. You see everything's being documented. It is literally wild to see what is taking place, even from the sense of having police officers now that are robots that will be, again, growing in a sense of, more of a humanoid experience. Yeah, it's just wild seeing that.
That is unbelievably wild. And, for me, this picture reminds me of like the airports right now, where all of these kind of young airport clerks are waiting behind their desks telling you, did you check in at the machine?
Yeah.
It's like you don't realize that you're actually training your replacement.
Yeah.
You're training human behavior to no longer need you. So you are being employed for the final stages of total self-automated machines.
Mm-hmm.
Where at the airport now, I don't know if you've seen that they've rolled out these kind of stand in front of the machine and let them take your picture. Now you don't need to hold out your passport. Soon,
Oh, wow.
we won't need passports to travel. These things will fully become obsolete. There was a day where the only way the government had access to your face, your fingerprint, and your whereabouts was if you'd committed a crime.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And even then, if you were found innocent, they would have to, upon request, expunge and delete all of your records. Now, today, with the iPhone, we started off giving our fingerprint to private companies. Now we're giving our facial recognition to them. And this right here that I'm wearing, the Apple Watch latest series, unfortunately, I'm sucked into it as well. One day the Lord told me, this isn't an Apple Watch. I said, Lord, what is it? He said, it's an ASBO. You use ASBOs in America, right? What do you call them?
I've heard that.
It's a tag, a
tracking device.
A tracking device.
Yeah.
So when you've committed a crime, the police put this on your leg.
Yeah, that's true.
So that they can track your whereabouts. Now, the companies have found a way to make this a fashion piece. But they are tracking you. They are tracking your movements. They are tracking your taste. They are tracking your interest. You say something out loud, it shows up on your Instagram feed. So you are being watched. And listen, I've been struggling to find. I found a phone case, right, that the back camera locks, so nobody can see the back camera. But the window is the front camera.
Yeah. That's a camera right there.
And that's where there is not a single phone case I found that blocks the front-facing camera. And at any moment now, because governments have made deals with private corporations, and this is not conspiratorial, this is real stuff. They've made deals with companies to be able to have back-end access to your phone, to basically turn your phone into a camera device and a listening device. I was arrested in Nigeria, and the Nigerian federal government was surveilling our phones for a whole year. And so if that's what the Nigerian federal government can do, and I didn't commit a crime, by the way, but if that's what the Nigerian federal government can do, imagine what the United States government is doing right now to surveil and track our phones. But listen, all hope is not lost.
That's right.
You know, there is good news at the end of the tunnel. We believe that right now there's a 7-year window before all of this thing goes to pot to really harness artificial intelligence to redeem time, to buy back time, to make the most effective use of time instead of being used by AI. We always say instead of becoming a tool of AI, you use the tool of AI whilst it's available at the democratized level, because there's going to be AI that's not going to be democratized. But right now, because social media was democratized, it actually helped a lot of us to fight mass media. Because AI is democratized, it gives us a fighting chance to fight industrialized artificial intelligence, sentient artificial intelligence, and even authoritarian and dictatorial things like that. And so I want to share a video with you very quickly about the AI course that we've got coming up. And you can be a part of it very simply by visiting the links are in our descriptions. And so please make sure you check the description before you say, where is it? Where is it? It's there in the description. We'll be right back.
All right.
Hey everyone, Tommy Arimi here. Listen, I have a brand new course called AI Empowering Christians to Embrace the New Digital Age. We are now at the crux of a fourth industrial revolution. And every time in history the church has caught a hold of technology, it has always been an accelerant to help them to redeem the time. I know what you're thinking. AI's come to take over the world. They're going to put neural links in our brains and turn us into faster working digitized mules. I want to change your mind today and teach you that you can either use use the tool of AI or become a tool of AI. You've all heard me prophesy that we have 7 years left, 7 years before there's a reset, 7 years before our finances as we know it changes forever. But the Lord told me we cannot successfully redeem the time without partnering somehow with AI to cut down what would have been done in 7 years to literally do it in 7 months, 7 days, 7 minutes, 7 seconds. That's right. And not replacing artificial intelligence for divine intelligence. Divine intelligence is always going to remain supreme. But how do we work with AI? Just like how did Apostle Paul work with the Roman roads? How did Martin Luther work with the printing press? We're at the crux of a generational change, a change where we can actually preach the gospel to all creation, or be a kingdom entrepreneur, a kingdom financier, or a kingdom business person for the Lord. Not only that, but I want to give you special exclusive access to my AI top secret toolbox, where I show you some of the top AI tools that I'm using right now that's actually helping me redeem time and make things happen much faster. Whether you're a pastor of a church, or you're a business leader, or you're a single mom working her own entrepreneurial business and raising the kids at the same time, I want to show you how you can actually buy back time to do the things you love, like read your Bible, pray, spend time with the Lord. Join this course today. It's going to change your life forever. I promise you. Register now at the link in the bio. Seats are going fast. Hurry up and get yours. I'll see you soon.
So you've heard it here first. Hurry up, get your tickets now, purchase your seat. There's only 6 days left till the AI course officially begins. And so you can become a part of that literally by visiting the link in our description. It's www.tommyaraymi.com/AI. And in that it'll be a live 6 weeks with me. And I'm going to be training you all on the tool of AI without becoming the tool of AI. The question you got to ask yourself is, would you rather be a professional in the old or an amateur in the new? That's the real simple question. And we want to train you and teach you to be an amateur in the new. All of us are amateurs. We're learning from the beginning. It doesn't matter what age you are, whether you're a single mom, a pastor of a church, a business entrepreneur, this course is for you. I think there's a little bit of a demonstration that's coming right now. Go ahead and share with us. Oh, did you pull it off?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me present that real quick for you. Give me 1 second. All right.
So go ahead and make sure. Tatenda said, signed up and ready to go. Well done. Somebody said, wallet cases block the front camera. I know they block it as long as the phone is closed. But when you're using the phone, it doesn't block it anymore because you have to unlock the wallet.
Okay, there we go.
Somebody said, do you think aliens will be the next thing? I think aliens are a convenient distraction from the failures of the American government. That's my opinion. It's amazing how everything's all locked doors until we're failing at our government, our economy's tank. It's like, oh, aliens are real, by the way. Oh, my God. And then the world goes frantically off in that direction. And it's like, whoo, we dodged another bullet whilst we continue to tank the economy. That's just my thought on that one. Go ahead. Let me.
Yeah, guys, you want to be a part of this. This is going to be powerful. So some of the things you're going to receive from this is, number one, you want to understand that you're building Goshen with AI. It's going to be powerful because you can expect to receive in this course, if you're a kingdom entrepreneur, if you're normal, you got a 9-to-5 and you're trying to think, how can I get extra streams of income? What can I do? How can I learn, something that seems maybe far out there for me? We simplify everything for you. Apostle's going to be simplifying all of this stuff. I'm going to help with the marketing aspect. If you're a pastor and you need to streamline your growth, this is something that you want to receive. You're also going to get the learn how to operate in the operation side, the task, how to reduce expenses, accelerate your income and influence in the area that God has positioned you. You also get bonuses. You'll get all the ChatGPT business hacks. You'll get access to the live Q&A sessions. You don't want to miss it. Again, guys, it's going to be powerful. Plus, the value of it is extreme. So you don't want to miss getting all of these courses right here.
Wonderful. So, our medical practitioners and our nurses, all the hospitals are beginning to see AI as a necessary tool to redeeming their time because they're so backed up, especially in the UK and across the US. But even teachers, there's an interesting article by Fox News right here, and it says, "Will AI end education as we know it? Economist predicts schools and teachers could become obsolete."
Wow.
So there's all of these roles that existed today that may not even exist tomorrow. We could wake up in a totally new world, especially at the speed things are going. So we want to encourage you, be sure to sign up for the AI course if you haven't already. The links are in the bio, the links are in the description. But if you don't today, we want you to do us a favor, hit like, hit share. There's somebody in your group, maybe your son wants to do this course, you want to sign up your son or your daughter, you want to sow seed into their life, or maybe you have a friend who you know that's a believer, you might want to share this link with them because it may not be for you, but it may be for them. And so please hit the share button and get it out to them, or buy it for them, or purchase it on their behalf and say, hey, I signed you up to this. I think it's going to really help you and bless you. But also as our gift to you as well, we want to encourage you to download my free ebook, which is also in my bio, which is The Diary of a Depressed Trillionaire, aka the Book of Ecclesiastes, and lessons that I've learned from him. Myself and Apostle Giles have actually been going back and forth on several lessons from that old depressed trillionaire and things that we began to learn from him. And that's a free gift to you, to just say thank you for listening to us today. We'll be back on. I'll certainly be back on again tomorrow. I don't want to buy Apostle Joshua until but I'll certainly be back on tomorrow. Yes, we'll be back on for more, and it's going to be amazing. Any final words, Apostle?
I'm ready for this. This is exciting. I'm really excited for you guys because this is something that I know God is positioning you in so that you can go to the next level. And whatever it is He has called you to, your assignment, whatever, I'm excited because I love when God can download revelational knowledge, insight to prophets, and then we begin to share it to a community of people who are willing to take action, and then they see dramatic change in their life. And I know it's going to happen for you.
Yeah, and the Bible talks about the sons of Issachar who had understanding of the times and knew what to do. One of the things I realize about today's age of prophets is we all know the times. We're like, oh my gosh, yes, you're right. These are the times. It's like, okay, here's what to do.
Yes.
Nah, can't afford it. Got other things to do. I'm too busy, but I'm praying for you. I hope it goes well.
Yeah.
You got to move in the full Issachar anointing, not just the half of the Issachar anointing. Thank God you're prophetic people that you know what time it is. But don't just know what time it is, and then when the flood comes, you're drowning, saying, I knew it was coming. I knew the floods were coming. God told me the floods were coming. No, build your boat.
That's right.
Don't just say famine is coming. I knew it was coming. God told me it was coming. No, build your Goshen. Build it now. God gives you the eyes of the future to give you the unfair advantage. So please take every opportunity to have the unfair advantage. I hear people say this all the time. I can't afford the course. It's too much. $497, $997. I really feel for you, and I encourage you, please download the free ebook. It's going to bless you. But the Bible actually says the difference between wise virgins and foolish virgins is the wise say to the foolish, buy your own oil. The foolish say to the wise, give us your oil for free. And actually, no, you got to buy oil. You got to buy wisdom. Wisdom you don't buy doesn't benefit you. And so you'll see throughout Scripture, the Lord never sympathized with widows who gave. He never said, here, have your coin back. He never said, here, have your bread back. No, everybody was a candidate for giving. The poor, the widow, the blessed and super rich, and the super poor who are struggling. So everybody's got a story. Everybody has a background. Everybody's come from somewhere. But one thing I've learned is this: when the heart is willing, it'll find 1,000 ways. When it's unwilling, it'll find 1,000 excuses. And so I want you to be a willing participant in your breakthrough. Find 1,000 ways. Tip up the sofa. Find something you could do to make that turnaround, shift something in your life. You know, the Bible talks about a kingdom being like treasure hidden in a field, which a man for joy sold everything he had
Yeah.
and bought the field. You know, so you got something there you can get rid of to buy the field. Then if the field is valuable enough to you to buy it, I'm sure that those are going to be the things that we're going to plug in to do. But anyway, God bless you all. Thank you for being a part of this. Apostle, it's been great.
God bless you. God bless everybody.
Bye. Bye, everyone.